Hi, I'm Sarah Ireland. I go to the Telluride High School, and my internship this summer was at the Tybee Island Marine Science Center in Tybee Island, Georgia. This is Ike. Yeah. So at this center, I did two main things. One of them was teaching the public about things that I had learned in the center. This usually included teaching 200 plus people per day about what I had learned about the animals. A lot of my time was spent behind the touch tank, which included between 20 to 50 different species of just fish and snails and things like that, where younger and older, really anyone, people that came in the center got to physically get their hands on animals to help them learn and just kind of enrich their experience. Another thing I did was help with the sea camp at the center. This consisted of a group of 10 kids that cycled every week. And what we did was we taught the kids a lesson in the classroom, and then later that day we would take them into the field and teach them, really apply what we taught them in class to the real world. So, for example, one day we taught them about just marsh life, and then we actually took a trip to the marsh where they got to look for animals, identify different species of plants, and that was really fun for them. It was really cool to see their concepts click for them. It was fun. The next thing I learned was how to care for the animals and how to feed them, how to clean their tanks. This was a challenging part of the internship, but it was really cool. This is the feeding process for 1 week of food. And this is only for about half of the animals in the center. Our baby Loggerhead Sea Turtle, Ike, got his sea turtle brownie, is what we called it. And it was just a mix of like gelatin, fruits and vegetables, vitamins that kept him healthy. He was super sweet. But then you had other animals, like this flounder who's kind of hiding up in that corner, who got mad when you weren't feeding them. The trawl tank had about 6 or 7 different animals in it, and when you were trying to feed any other animal than him, he would come up and splash you. He just wanted all the food for himself. And we also had some baby American alligators that in previous years have been very sweet, but this year they were snappy and wanted their food. They were not waiting for anyone. This is Ike, our baby Loggerhead Sea Turtle at the center. He was my favorite animal. I spent a lot of time with him. He was a straggler, and what that means is when all of his brothers and sisters hatched from the nest, he didn't get out. And most often, this center will find those turtle nests, dig them up, help those turtles get out of the nest, and then they'll go to the ocean on their own because that whole process helps them develop a lot of important muscles that they're going to use later in their life. But Ike got lucky and got chosen to be a part of the Head Start program, and for him, that means he's going to be at the center until he's 3 years old. He's going to be about the size of a dinner plate, if not a little bit larger, and that is going to increase his odds of survival by about 90%. When a baby sea turtle is born, they are about the size of a potato chip. It's very easy for them to just get taken out. A lot of things can kill them. When he's released in the size of the dinner plate, the only real threats that are going to be left for him are sharks and microplastics in the ocean. So really, he's just getting his odds up. Outside the center, I spent a lot of time with my host family, which was the Tenenbaums and Blue. That is Blue. He is the golden retriever. He was my best friend in Georgia by far. Spent a lot of quality time together. I got to explore a lot of Tybee and then take trips into Savannah, which was stunning. I fell in love with it. Sancha actually took me on a bunch of historic tours of downtown Savannah to learn like the spooky history of it, which was a really nice perspective. And then I got to shadow a pediatric neurologist in Savannah. Zelda actually set that for me. That was an incredible experience. I just, for a day, got to spend a day in the office seeing what it's like to be a pediatric neurologist and a nurse in that office, which was different from my internship, but still just as valuable. And then I also just got to explore the waters of Tybee, and I had the 4th there. So that was a whole different world. It was really fun. And then I'd like to thank Sarah Holbrook, the Pinhead Board of Directors, all Pinhead staff, my family at the Tybee Island Marine Science Center, and then the Tenenbaums for everything they've done for me.